Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest edition of the Commissioner's Corner podcast. It's week 9 now, and now it's time to get serious. Let's get serious, folks. All right, so again, going to be pressed for time here. Going to try to shred through this as fast as we can. My life's busy, and I got to go to work here in a minute. Training some stuff, perhaps. Spoiler alert. Here we go. We got the bottom teams here. Nantab Knights. I'm sorry, you're lame, and we love you. Team has no name. Dewayans and conservatism. Conservatism is a new counterculture. Is all these teams are 2-7, which is quite terrible. By the way, we're gonna cut right to the top 15 because I can't take it anymore. Top 15. Now you see me, now you don't. They're up there. Now it's gonna get a little. We're gonna break these down a little bit closer here in a little bit. Frazier's team is back in the top 15. Congratulations, Mr. Ryan Frazier. Cheechki back in the top 15. He's number 14. These are all 6-3 teams, by the way. But there are 1 and 2 in conference that could come back to haunt them later. We'll see here in a minute. Bruder Broncos, number 13. Collector Kings falls from number 6 down to number 12. That's a big drop. Gamers, with their win over Meade, moves up to the top 11 now. So number 11. Thank you very much. We have Brady O'Bush, fresh off her upset of the number 1 team in America. 52 Shades of Clay. Man, I'm really packing the pounds on. I'm seeing. I'm going on a diet effective today, although I am hungry. I don't know why I brought that up now. I just looked at myself in the camera. It's shameful. It does add 20 pounds. But anyway, Brady O'Bush, or maybe it's those 4 Snickers. Brady O'Bush is now 6-3, and a 2-1 conference record could be huge coming down the stretch. We'll see. That not as big as 99% luck. They are on a free fall. Tom Petty somewhere, whether you're religious or not, we don't know where he is. He's singing free fall in honor of 99% luck, 1% heart. Three-game losing streak for these guys. Monsters of the Midway, another former number 1 team. They are now 6-3 and down to number 8, but they're also 3-0. In their division, which is huge, as we'll talk about again. 52 Shades of Clay, from number 1 down to number 7. They're 3-0 division. And now the 7-2 teams, Wally. They're 7-2 with a 1-2 division record that could come back. We'll see. Vic in a Box, number 5. Old Papa's Players, number 4. Bring Back the Butt Fumble, number 3. Granny's Baloney Curtains, number 2. And the new number 1 team in the nation is FarmersOnly.com. That's right. I look like I belong on that site today. But, yeah, 7-2, new number 1 team. The Farmers are still being represented quite proudly, although Bring Back the Butt Fumble has fumbled their way out of the top 15. And, yeah, so that's that. Winners and losers were skipped. We're going to go straight to the conference power rankings. Here we go. Now we can start. We're not going to go crazy here, but we can start looking at potential playoff stuff. We'll do this more as weeks go on, but Granny's Baloney Curtains, okay, they are 7-2 with a 3-0 division record. This division's still up for grabs, though, for sure, because Cheechki and Kikumbas are both right behind them, and they all, now this week, folks, this week is when division play wraps up the season. The last 3 weeks are division play. That means things are going to get intense, like a wild campground. 7-2, 3-0. Then the 2 6-3 teams, and even Oviedo Honey Badgers are 5-4. I don't believe they're mathematically eliminated yet, even though they're in last place in this division, which is hilarious because there are some divisions that are 4-5 team is winning the division. Can you believe this? All right, so going down to the Thor division, this here's really a 2-man race between the Gamers, which is Marty Burnett, and Honolulu Blue Balls, which is Larry Weinberg. Key thing to notice here is this right here. They are 3-0. So, legitimately, Larry Weinberg controls his own destiny here. If he wins out, because he's going to have to play Gamers, he will win the division, period. That's simple. Yeah, so it is pretty unlikely that Sandbaggers can come back and win. I think it is still technically possible, but it's very unlikely. So Gamers has the number 1 shot, although if Honolulu Blue Balls wins out, or even if they lose a game and they still beat, if they lose a game and Gamers loses 2 games and they beat Gamers, they can still win too. So it's not, they don't have to win out, but they win out, they are in, period. Obviously, if Gamers win out, they're in, period. So Moving down to the Captain America division, a lot closer here. We got a similar situation here with the Providence Power on their 5-game losing streak. They were undefeated, and now they're 4-5. That's my team, by the way. 3-0 in division, though. I mean, they control their own destiny as well. So if they win out, they're in. Super Regional wins out, they're in, obviously. Other than that, some things can happen. People can win, people can lose. We'll break those down a little bit closer. Broskies down here in the Iron Man, they went out. Obviously, anyone wins out and they're in the top, they're going to win their division, obviously. But the other thing is, Team Major Key, they also are in that same position where if they win out, they're going to be in, because that would mean they would have beaten Team. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that. Let me see who won that. Let's look and see who won that game with the Broskies. Yeah, Team Major Key did beat the Broskies. So if Team Major Key wins out, they're in. Very important for them because they have a much better division record, and they beat the Broskies earlier. Then they have beaten them twice at that point, which means that they're going to win. Then we get down to the Superman division. Quite frankly, too close to call. If I was going to say, I know I'd say win out and you're in, but if someone wins that, if one of these teams wins out, that would be Kazoo Crazies. They control their own destiny. They win out, they're in. Black Hole, they win out, they're in. I believe New Orleans Rock Chucks wins out, they're in. The one that's going to be tough here is Tenacious D. I don't think if they win out, I do not believe they are in because they're 0-3 right now. But this right here is good, this here right here is good, and this right here is good for this division. So the Black Hole, Kazoo Crazies, and New Orleans Rock Chucks, technically speaking, as of right now, 3 weeks ago, all control their own destinies. If any of those teams win the rest of the games, they win that division, period. Moving down here, now much easier to decipher here. Brutal Broncos, Giggle Giggle. One of those two teams is going to win that division. One of them wins out, they win, obviously. Down here we have 3-team race. We're technically, although technically speaking, this is a 4-team race. Irish Shamrocks can, I believe, still make it with some weird help. We'll break that down as they kind of shake out, but this is a race that's just crazy. Now, going down here, Wally's 1-2 division record could come back to hurt him. Okay, and here's why. He loses out. True Blue Wrecking Crew. Let's see who won that game between him and Wally. True Blue Wrecking Crew won that game. So True Blue Wrecking Crew, if they win out and Wally loses out, they'd both be 7-5. And because True Blue Wrecking Crew would have beaten Wally twice at that point, True Blue Wrecking Crew still mathematically alive here. Donald Trump 420, Sioux Girls 1 Cup, they are mathematically eliminated from winning this division, unfortunately. Thanks for playing. You could still get in on the wild card, or random card, I should say. Go down to the Han Solo Conference. You got 52 Shades of Clay. Similar situation here. Is that your final answer? I think may still have a chance, but not likely because they'd be, yeah, not 100%, but 99% that 52 Shades of Clay has this division wrapped up. Because is that your final answer? Would have to win out. 52 Shades of Clay would have to lose out. And because they would be 1-1 division record, it would go to points at that point. And they have a pretty substantial 140-point lead. So, not 100% done, but pretty much 100% confirmed that 52 Shades of Clay has won this division. And now let's keep in mind now, okay? Let's keep in mind that the way the playoffs are set up, okay, is that every division... Wait, hold on. Let me go down through here one more time. Where are we at here? Okay, 50 Shades of Clay. Yeah. Yep. I'll break down the playoffs here in just a minute. Give me 1 second. But anyway, going back down here, I don't know why I had a brain fart there thinking that they could do it. But yeah, technically speaking, this final answer would have to just go crazy over the next few weeks. And then Monsters of the Midway, 6-3. Friday Night Tights, 5-4. Either of those teams could win. The other one's very unlikely. Technically speaking, I believe the Apache Chiefs could still win it, but they'd have to win out, and both other teams have to lose out, which is not even possible technically because of the fact that they're going to play each other. So, yeah. Anyway, so then we got FarmersOnly.com. They have a 2-game lead on these two dudes, Squadrils and Beast Mode. Still technically possible, very unlikely. So FarmersOnly.com has to have, much easier to have than some of these other ones that I've suggested. And then going down here, we got 99% luck, 1% heart, and Brady O'Bush and Sagnastic Notch above top notches. Very competitive race right here. Gregory Clegane, very unlikely, but still mathematically. Well, actually, no, that's not mathematically possible because these two teams have to play each other. So, sorry, Clegane. Down here, we have another one of these situations here where basically Vic in a Box has this division pretty much wrapped up based on the points alone. Not technically speaking, because one of these teams could win out, this team could win out, lose out, but yeah, basically that division's done. Then you've got this awesome division here with 2, 4, and 5, and 2, 3, and 6s. Way too close to call. Down here you have 3 teams that are up for grabs. 7, 2, 7, 2, 6, and 3. Nasty Nutri, I believe, is mathematically eliminated from that one. Sorry. And then we have Collector Kings with a 2-game advantage over Passwords Talking Bread Bring Rain game. So, yeah. My stomach hurts really bad. Let's see here. Let's look at the schedule for this week coming up. We got, okay, big game, huge games. Here we go. We got, let's look for ranked teams, first of all. But again, pretty much realistically, every game's huge because they're all division games at this point. Going over this, bring back the butt fumble. Now you see me, now you don't. Those are 2 ranked teams that they're playing together right now. But honestly, from here on out, every game's huge because of the fact that it's division, and you just heard what happens. You have to win out to get in. A lot of these teams do. So, yeah, sorry this is so concise, but I got to go to work, and I'll talk to you later.